American history tells the story of the Trail of Tears, when the 5 tribes of what is now the southeast United States were forced to relocate to Indian territory. But the depths of the losses the tribes endured have largely been told only by generation after generation of tribal people. Their unique perspectives are valuable for anyone who wants to understand a balanced view of the United States' westward expansion in its fledgling years as a new country, the political landscape of the time, and the ultimate betrayal the tribes endured as they were forced on a potentially deadly journey, leaving behind home.
The 5 tribes were, contrary to some view, they were doing very well where they were.
They were well established, and they had been in that part of the country for years. The traditional people certainly believed that they had been there since creation, and there was no reason for them to leave. This was their land, their relatives were buried there, their sacred sites were there.
The Indian Removal Act passed by 1 vote in Congress. So this wasn't a unanimous expression of congressional action. It was a very close margin. But Andrew Jackson is the one who had the political clout to make sure that the bill got across.
By 1832, Choctaws had already experienced devastating removal procedures. Some Cherokees, for example, and Choctaws were just herded into wagons like cattle and started off with whatever the clothes were on their backs.
There are recorded instances of some of the Choctaw parties having to travel through miles of waist-high water, breaking through the ice as they went.
There's one particularly poignant episode that sort of sticks in my mind. This is de Tocqueville, the Frenchman who was democracy in America. He was traveling around and describing American society. He describes a landing in Memphis, Tennessee, as a group of Choctaws are boarding a river steamer to cross the river to the other side. It's the middle of winter, the river is full of blocks of ice, and these people are standing there. They are not weeping, wailing, they are not carrying on, they are silent, men, women, and children, and their dogs. And the Indians board the steamers, and the poor dogs are left behind. And de Tocqueville describes how, as the steamer moves away from the dock, the dogs all set up this howling, and they plunge into the icy water to swim after the boat.